Hey fam, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and I'm a holistic practitioner. My goal is to help my people heal their unique relationship with food, minus any shame and minus any guilt. So let's just get right into today's video. All right, so we are on the last video of the series, Atomic Habits versus Nutrition, and today's topic is how to make your nutrition goal satisfying. So I am so glad we made it to the last video. If you have seen all of the videos before and watched them, I am so thankful and I'm excited to give you guys more information. But first, as always, let's do a little recap so y'all can know what y'all need to go back and look at, okay? Okay. So in episode 1, we talked about making your nutrition goal obvious. And that was the whole premise of basically bringing the unconscious to the conscious. And there were several different strategies that Clear brought into our scope of knowledge. The first one being point and call, or bringing exactly what habits that you are putting on autopilot and bringing them to the forefront. And then it was also a way to point and call, what you could use during a scorecard or a journal, which is my particular favorite. And then after you have made yourself aware of your unconscious habits, you can then go into implement intentions, which are several other keys that build off of that, such as habits stacking, reconstructing your environment to work for you, making your environment conducive as well, and analyzing the different locations in your home to see if they help or hinder your new nutrition goal. And lastly, to drop the idea that discipline will get you to your goal. And that was only episode 1, so roll with me. And next in 2, it was making your nutrition habit attractive. So lastly, we talked about in episode 3, making your nutrition goal easy. And there we talked about getting your reps in, which is basically practicing what you have planned for and making sure to take the friction out of your day, which you could do by priming your environment for future use. And lastly, using the 2-minute rule to implement all that you have planned for. Whew, that was a mouthful. So if I was you, that's just me. If I was you, I would go back and check those out. It's loads of information on there. And as I have been saying in the previous episodes, it's a stepwise process. And I am using the laws of the atomic habit that James Clear wrote to see how you can use a stepwise process to actually accomplish the nutrition goals that you have been setting, because it's important to have a plan, fam. All right, so right into making your nutrition goals satisfying. This is the last step, but it's super important. So let's get into it. Okay. So here in this law, Clear speaks about making sure that you build some kind of pleasure in at the end of completing your new nutrition habit. And this is important not only because we as humans deserve to have pleasure and not just suffer through everything that we want to do. It's important because it teaches the brain that this specific behavior is worth repeating. Do you get what I'm saying here? To build in a reward at the end teaches the brain that the behavior is worth repeating. And it's important that we repeat our habits or this nutrition goal over and over again as we are turning the goal into a habit, because we want to make this part of our lifestyle, not just something to do for 30 days straight. So remember, what is rewarded is repeated, fam. Now again here, Clear explains that it is important to build it in towards the end, some kind of trick or whatever you have to do, because again, what is rewarded is repeated. And we are not seeking delayed gratification in this specific step. We are actually seeking instant gratification. And plus, you're already going to get the constant execution of your goal or your habit is going to create delayed gratification, which there is a difference. So for example, the delayed gratification is maybe your blood pressure has gone down due to the new way that you're eating. Maybe you reach your fitness goal due to the new way that you're eating or the new exercises that you have implemented. That's the change that you will see over time. Here you are seeking instant gratification. And for example, an instant gratification would be An instant gratification could be like you actually remembered to take your supplements all week this week, and you text your group chat or your friend group and let them know, and you receive all those praises so that your brain can get that dopamine hit. Or you post it on your close friends on Instagram and everyone's, oh girl, how's that been working for you? Oh dude, how's that been working for you? I'm so proud of you. Or liking your story or anything like that. Anything that will help you get a boost of dopamine so that your brain can see, hey, this is worth repeating. I get some kind of reward. I get some kind of dopamine. I get some kind of satisfaction at the end of completing this habit or this action or this behavior. You see where we're going with this? You can also use those same methods to help you seek or track your actual progress in real time. And that is also very satisfying to be able to see where you were and where you came from day to day or just over 2 weeks and instantly get that hit of dopamine. The track and the progress is very satisfying, and it will help you be able to stay steady and stay the course of accomplishing or repeating your nutrition habit. Writing down your wins or your losses or your emotions or your thoughts or feelings or reactions over time to see how they have changed is also a way to get satisfaction. Seeing that out every day, you can do that by an app on your phone like Notion or a journal, which I'll link in the notes or the description, but I'll also put up a little picture right here because I do have a food journal that you can track. That's also very helpful. And if you are thinking that the added step of having to track your food may not be that satisfying and maybe just another thing that you have to worry about, you can just take it step by step. But having some type of accountability, being able to look back on what you have done in real time at the end of each day to shorten up the reward time that your brain gets is a very helpful way to stick with your nutrition goal. Another way to build in satisfaction outside of an accountability group or tracking or texting your friends or letting others know, if that's not your style, is incentives. You can do something that you've been wanting to do after accomplishing your nutrition goal. You can go to a place you wanted to go to as a reward for yourself. You can go out. You can eat at a place you didn't originally want to eat to stick with your nutrition goal. You can have a bubble bath. You can have a self-care day. If incentives is more your thing to reward yourself instead of letting the outer world know what your goal is or what you're tracking in yourself because maybe you're more private, that can also be a way to make your goal more satisfying. But also an important note of making your habit satisfying is to make sure that you don't reward or incentivize yourself in a way that may conflict with other goals. So if going out is conflicting with budget, maybe not do that. Maybe do a self-care day. That's just a little tidbit so we don't derail the other parts of our life, because we are focused on being holistic after all, fam. But as we wrap this up, fam, it's important to note that the most important tidbit is to be able to start from where you are. Perfection is the enemy of progress, or however that goes. But I just want you guys to know to never be so caught up in how to do something right that you don't do it at all. Because for one, done is always going to be better than perfect, because nothing can be perfect, so it may never get done. And two, when it comes to something as delicate and dynamic as your nutrition goal and your health, perfection should always be the last thing that you are considering or thinking about, because your nutrition goal and your health is ever changing, it's ever evolving, it's ever growing. It is dynamic and unique, just like you as a human being. So let's never chase perfectionism, fam. All right. I think I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting more concise with these videos. Check me out. But we have reached the end of this video. And if you found this helpful, please comment, share, subscribe. Come inside. You know what I always say, fam. But as always, I appreciate you guys so much. If you made it to this point in the video, go back and watch the rest of this series. It's very helpful, and the steps are sure to help you accomplish and bring home your nutrition goals. And as always, peace and love. Mwah.